the Knights of Columbus, they never stopped. We never stop as brothers. We are there always to help out.
My name is Father John Grace. I'm an Augustinian priest, but I have been involved with the Knights since the year 2000. First thing I was asked to do is to become a chaplain to the Knights of Columbus, and I had to ask them, well, who are they? What do they do? And they said, come and see.
To be the arms, the legs, the body, the voice, the presence of Christ. That's just not the role of the clergy. And the Knights come together with the specific programs. It could be anything, but coming together in communion with one another, even in these times when we've been separated.
I joined the Knights of Columbus in 2004 at the encouragement of my wife. It was my wife that said, it's time you became a Knight. Best thing that has ever happened to me.
As I had seen the Knights function in my Catholic school, and they were always so giving and they were having so much fun that I wanted him to have that fraternal fun as well.
So I went and I saw, and I couldn't believe all the men that were involved in the parish with their badges up every Sunday. They were involved in everything. And I said, my goodness, if that's who they are, then they're worth looking after. And I don't regret a day.
The Knights of Columbus, I think, from my point of view, it's more like a family all together, being raised up spiritually and emotionally, as well as serving our community and our church.
It's just not an organization for the Catholic gentlemen, but it is a family organization in the sense that not only the wives are involved, but the children as well.
Oh, the year that we have all had, right? I choose to look forward, and we all know the damage that the pandemic has done. And so working with the state team as the state chaplain has been a joy, quite frankly, because we've been challenged to overcome this great obstacle and lead the whole state forward.
This year has been unique. My wife and I planned for 4 years for what we thought would be our year in leading the Knights in California. And 3 months before we took over, everything changed.
It was really hard because for 5 years, we'd been planning everything we were going to do this year and how everything was going to go.
2021 has been a very difficult year. And our churches closed down, communities closed down.
We were supposed to celebrate our 30th wedding anniversary. Our plan was to go to Jerusalem. I wanted to do the wedding of Canaan, but COVID hits. So what Noel did, instead of doing that, he said, why don't we do coats for kids, not only coats for kids, but coats for adults? Because there's a lot of homeless, and we felt that there's a lot of people that needs coats during winter time. We were able to celebrate our wedding anniversary by giving back to the community.
Just getting the councils to think outside the box, getting them to adapt and change, that was really the challenge this year.
My forte is always talking to people, looking at people like I'm looking at you, and talking to them, communicating. And we couldn't do that. We couldn't do that anymore, and we couldn't be with each other anymore. At first, we went into email overload. And when we go into email overload, people stop reading emails. So I had to find other ways to communicate. Videos like this are a way to communicate, to where people can see me, they can hear me, they can feel what I'm feeling.
We all took the necessary precautions as necessary, but we did not have fear. I didn't have fear. One of the first things that happened, right, we had all shut down. There were people in need of food.
So there were so many people that were affected by the pandemic. They weren't able to go out and do their own shopping. Some of them lost their jobs. Being able to mobilize help that could go out and do that grocery shopping, provide food for our brothers and sisters that needed help.
We went out and did whatever we had to get done.
We've tried to figure out ways, and if it doesn't work, then we'll try something different, but not to give up, to keep moving forward, to embrace that cross and carry it with joy, quite frankly, almost to be Simeon, who helped Jesus carry his cross. A very difficult time, but very doable, as well as being able to help people in need.
Who's there? Who's the lectors? Who are the Eucharistic ministers? Who are the ushers? Who are all of those individuals? Who are sanitizing the pews? Brother Knights and their families.
Making sure the canopies don't fly away in the wind. Making sure that the seats are sanitized. Taking temperatures. It's just so fulfilling to watch them embrace this.
They know when I'm tired, and they just come up and say, "Father, what can we do for you?"
What I noticed with them, even they were so restricted in what they could do this year, what I was enamored with the fact that they were so positive. Our state deputy was so positive about, never heard a negative word coming from him, never a discouraging word coming from him. No, he was positive the whole way through and just wanted to go forward. He wanted to do the very best he possibly could, giving that example, and all the state officers, they were all the same.
He keeps everybody in our family upbeat and, just ready to take any challenge that comes along.
It was a unique time in July when I took over. The only thing we could do is online membership. Online membership's been around for a couple years. It was all I had to work with in July, all I had. We grew that to where that's probably the biggest thing we have going even today.
The favorite moments I've had have actually been very surprising spiritual moments that I never thought I would have. Ministering online. I'm not a televangelist. We're not a team of people who's ever been trained in doing anything remotely like this. And so to grab a hold of a Zoom meeting or a GoTo meeting, to do live streaming across the web, scares the bejeebers out of me. But knowing that we can assemble a team of people that are smarter than we are and that can help us look like we know what we're doing, and we're putting it together day by day, minute by minute, second by second, trying our best to continue to reach out. That's been the most memorable.
We've had a lot of out-of-the-box moments. The novena was one of them, because we could not do the March for Life, so we decided to have a virtual novena.
We had an opening mass in my own church area and met a couple there. It's the first time they were out of their house in one full year was to the mass. And so you can see the impression it is having and where people want to be.
I completely missed going to communion. Steve, I go, ask Father John if we can sneak into church one day and have communion, because I missed it so much.
That's going to be the biggest challenge, of bringing people back together and allowing people to be part of that communion experience once again. And the nights provide those opportunities.
With God's blessings and also with the support of the Knights of Columbus, hopefully that I would become the state deputy in the coming Columbian year. The theme that we would like to raise up to everyone, to the Brother Knights, is that we shall rise again. We shall rise again.
The Knights of Columbus can help all of us, whether men or women or children in the family, by directing us to Christ.
building stronger councils, building stronger families, and building stronger communities through the Knights of Columbus.
We will be an inspiration to most people, and then we will be able to bring back people in the church and then inspire more people to join the organization.
The question is, why should someone be a Knight of Columbus in this day and age? And perhaps it's good to turn it around and say, why shouldn't they?
When you join a council, you automatically have 60 to 70 brand new Catholic friends.
I'm a part of something a whole lot bigger than me, a whole lot bigger than my parish.
'Cause what other organization offers such great opportunity to encounter one's neighbor, to reach out to all corners of the world, quite frankly, as well as dive into the needs of our own backyard? And I don't know how to say it any other way, except it is an awesome journey.
Being a knight is twofold. First and foremost, we are Catholics. And then there's the works side. We are hearing the Acts of the Apostles and what they did. They went out, one, they evangelized, and two, they did great works.
And that's who our knights are. They have that flame of Christ in their hearts, in their lives, and they bring that to their own families, they bring that to their neighbors, to their friends, they bring it to their work, and they bring it to their own council and to the members of the Knights, and to see them together. You can see that flame of Christ that was in their hearts, in their lives, they bring that to other people.
We are spiritual people, and to go out and help other people is what we are meant to do by God.
I'm a better man, I'm a better father, and I'm a better Catholic since I've been a knight. And we'll do that for everybody, because that's who we are.
I'm proud of being a brother knight.
Every day I thank the Knights of Columbus for what they've given me, because they've given me a lot more than I've given them.
Join the Knights. You'll love it.
That's what we're called to do. We're called to grow. We're called to live and move and rise up to these challenges and live them to its fullest.
I just want to be here with the Knights. I would not be in the country but for the Knights, because of their example, because of their enthusiasm, because of that flame that's in their hearts that they want to be able to share with other people. It is absolutely amazing, to say the least of it. Talk about being Christ-like.
It is time to rise up again. We need to volunteer at our churches, and it's time for us to be on our feet again. We need to rise again.